It's Words and Music with Adam Wright at our Riverside Revival studio for WMOT Roots Radio. Hello.
Hello. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, it's so good to have
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Yeah.
Can I say you have one of the most distinctive voices that I've ever heard on the radio?
A lot of Jack Daniels.
Yeah. Well,
At an early age.
I've had a lot of that too, and I didn't get a distinctive voice.
Well, thank you. Cigarettes and whiskey,
Yeah.
most of which I've given up at this point. Every once in a while I'll have a snort, as they say.
Yeah, I'm a snorter.
Not that kind.
No, not that. I can't afford that kind of snort. Yeah.
It's so good to have you here, and it's so good to have a new record from you. And it's an epic record. It's 18 tracks long.
It's a lot of words and music.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a lot of words and music.
So how did it get to be so long?
Well, that's a good question. I guess we can't self-edit. I don't know, but I started making this record on my own, which I've done several other records in the past, where I just sort of hole up in my little office at Carnival Music over near RCAB and just tinker in the shop until I have a record. And it's an enjoyable way to do it, but it takes a long time, and I say a lot of cuss words and get mad a few times. But I'd started doing it that way, and my publisher, Frank Liddell, started hearing some of the songs I was working on and writing at the time and said, "Hey, I want to make this record. You don't need to produce this record." He's like, "I need to produce this record." And I was like, "Well, I'm almost done. Like, I think I just get this one over. We did." And he's like, No, I want to make this record. I want to do this one." And so we got that batch of songs and then some others that I was writing around the time that I was making that. And we didn't intend for all of them to be on the record. We just we're going to overcut like you do sometimes. And if anything just slides off the wall, you leave it on the floor. And I think we decided everything stuck, so it's a lot of stuff to get through. Yeah.
Well, it's so interesting too because you've put it out in parts.
Yeah, which I think if I had my way, and I'm wrong, it would just be to drop it like just this boat anchor, a dusty tome of lyrics and music, and let people find it and go through it as they wish, or leave it alone and trip over it. I don't know, but my wife and Frank and our team there at Carnival decided it would be a much better idea to let it come out throughout the span of a year, drop sides. And so that's what we're doing, and I think they were right.
Yeah, no, it's actually good because you get to digest each and look forward to the next.
I hope so. I hope that's what's happening. And I didn't realize this until not long ago, but I read a lot of novels from like the Victorian era, big nasty things that do things to your brain. And a lot of those were released in installments. And it's hard to imagine that now, like waiting months for like the next chapter of a book that you're reading. But
we live in the binge.
Now, all of it now.
Yes.
Quick as you can get it. Yeah,
I want it all, and I
want to forget it as soon as I've got it.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
I mean that's the saddest thing about finishing a book when you are loving being in it, and all of a sudden you have to say goodbye to those characters.
If you've lived in a world and I'm not a fast reader. I read a lot, but I don't read quickly. So I whatever world I'm inhabiting, I'm in there for a minute. Yeah,
so great.
Yeah,
and I love that you do that with your music. I have to say, country and Western kind of appears in this.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of maybe Western more than country. I don't know. I grew up in Georgia, so maybe I take the countryness for granted, or maybe I was always trying to lean in some other direction, more folky. I don't know, but I do love stories of the West and cowboy art, like all of that stuff. Cowboys and pirates. I'm basically still 5 years old. All of those things fascinate me greatly.
I want to talk about Georgia. Such a great music scene there.
Yeah, we came out of the Atlanta music scene, back in the 90s and the turn of the century, as it were. It was a great place to be. And especially as a kid, as a teenager, just down the road from Atlanta, gosh, man, we used to sneak out all the time and just catch rides to Atlanta and see these rock bands that were just about to explode, you know. I remember seeing the Black Crowes before they were officially the Black Crowes. It was a lot of fun. And in Athens, you know, you had REM and the B-52s and then Widespread Panic. It was a lot of fun growing up around the music scene in Georgia.
So when did you get bit by the bug to want to make this your life?
Oh, I don't know. I never really thought about how to do it professionally. I still don't really, if you ask anybody that looks at my finances. I mean, I wanted to make noise as a kid. You know, my dad was a piano player. My granddad was a piano player. I wanted to do piano lessons when I was like 4, and they let me for some reason. And you know, but I never had a plan. I was just always making music, and you know, you just meet people and just keep following that thread, and eventually you end up in an office somewhere talking to someone about a contract. I guess. I think that's how it works.
Dang. Yeah. When did you move to Nashville?
2002. Got married and moved to Nashville in the same week.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, we lived right up the street off of Gallatin Road when we first moved here.
Everybody lives really close to here.
Yeah, I know.
All the time we hear, I could have walked here.
Yeah. It's funny, when we lived here, this was, again, you know, it's a good while ago, there wasn't a whole lot to do. You could get a check cashed, you know, in a lot of different places.
Get your tires fixed.
Yeah, get your tires fixed, and pawn shops, and Rose Pepper, and Bongo Java was here, and the Family Wash.
Yeah.
Yeah, outside of that.
The original one.
The original one, yeah.
With the washing machines.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've seen a lot of changes over the last couple of decades, and even now it's like monthly.
Oh, I don't come over here, you know, nearly as often these days, and I don't even recognize it. It would be easy for me to get lost if I got off Gallatin Road.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, there's corners you've turned for decades that you go, wait.
That wasn't there last week.
Exactly.
Music Row is the same way, you know. It's like I'm there, you know, almost every day, you know, in my little office. And, man, I mean, condos just spring up like fungus. They're just like, bam, there's another one.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's wild.
And there's so many people moving here, too.
It's hard to imagine.
Yeah.
But they are. All of these.
Well, the thing is, I love having more population.
For sure.
Because it means that we have the opportunity to stick music in more people's ears.
Yeah, that's right.
Station, you know?
I begrudge it when I'm driving up and down 65. Yeah. But, yeah, other than that, I think it's probably a good thing.
Yeah. What are you going to play for us first?
A song called Whisper Gold. That it was about gold mining towns in the 1800s. I was like, as I said earlier, I get curious about things. I like to read about things. I don't read a ton of nonfiction, but when I do, it's usually about something slightly adventurous. And I was reading about gold miners and experiences, like, you know, real accounts of experiences in those little, you know, those towns that would pop up. Not even towns, just, you know, people living together, like small little civilizations that they would just build around a strike. And some fascinating stuff went on.
Let's listen to it.
I'm Adam Wright. This is Whisper Gold. It's a mostly sand and gravel, mostly solid rock, but I've busted a dozen handles out here trying to prove it's not. I've seen a few hits streak up the hill from old Hangtown. Ones that cry Eureka, they're the ones that don't come down. You gotta whisper gold, whisper gold, whisper gold and hush. Ain't a 49er out here wouldn't kill you for your dust. Man can work a cradle to $100 a day, just a rocker box and a ladle and a back to make it pay. But but a long tom takes an outfit takes a cut, and once they've seen the elephant, they all start smelling blood. You got a whisper gold, a whisper gold, a whisper gold, and hush. Ain't a 49er out here would kill you for your dust. Now the ones that found a fortune ain't the fools out digging claims. They're the ones who set up stores and sold the picks and pans and spades. But once you've got the fever, and once that color pulls, you'll wash the whole damn river for just a half a quinine full. But you got a whisper gold, a whisper gold, whisper gold, and hush. Ain't a 49er out here wouldn't kill you for your dust. She was 15 square, but sunk her 10 foot deep. When I seen her shining down there in the clay beneath my feet, I tried not to yell, but I could not keep it in. Now I haunt these hills, just a warning on the wind. But you got a whisper gold, whisper gold, whisper gold, and hush. Ain't a 49er out here wouldn't kill you for your dust. You got a whisper gold, whisper gold, whisper gold, and hush. Ain't a 49er out here wouldn't kill you for your dust. This is called Yellowbird. He said we're all just walking across a crock pit on a kite string. All the walk-ins nervous, they laughed while the regulars drank their drinks. He liked Yellowbird whiskey 'cause he said he was a warbird. Sang sweet, 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 and a little more sweet goes the songbird. And nobody ever really knew what he did, they never asked. He never said, and the world just kinda left him alone. Figuring the yellow bird would fly away before too long. He said, I saw the sapphire indigo war, there's a all the wet ink of the world just dried in the war wind. He'd ask for the bottle and whisper and peel off the label. Then he'd lick 'em and stick 'em all over the table. Nobody ever really knew what he did, they never asked. He never said, and the world just kinda left him alone. Fly away before too long. Everybody sort of assumed it was something in music, like he was one of those folks who made $1 million and then loses it. Sweet, 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 and a little more sweet goes the songbird. They've
gods of gold break teeth when they bite on the wrong word. Nobody ever really knew what he did. They never asked, he never said, and the world just kinda left him alone. Nobody ever really knew what he did. They never asked, he never said, and the world just kinda left him alone. Figuring the yellow bird would fly
This is called Heaven When I Die.
Burn up beans and biscuits just ain't what it was when you beat up half of Texas in darned old cattle dust. It's a long way to Kansas, but I aim to get my draw. I didn't make it across the Brazos to drown in the Arkansas. And it's women when I'm lonely, and whiskey when I'm dry. Give me rope and a pony, and who needs heaven when you die? Let these punchers think I'm easy, still wet behind the ears, but I've been rustling BB since I was 7 years. I'll bet every single coin in that new Dodge City Bank. I'll out-cow both the point men, the swingers, and the flank. And it's women when I'm lonely, and whiskey when I'm dry. Give me rope and a pony, and who needs heaven when you die? Now we're playing matchstick poker, cheating everyone, 'cause there ain't an honest roper underneath the sun. But I hear my bedroll calling, and I'm on second watch, so I wish on stars are falling for what I haven't got. Women whiskey when I'm dry, but I got a rope and a pony, in heaven when I die. Yeah, I got a rope and a pony, in heaven. Heaven when I die.
Adam Wright is our guest for Words of Music for WMOT Roots Radio. Heaven When I Die. Cool.
Thank you.
really cool.
Yeah, this came from just reading about real stories from the Goodnight Loving trail, like the cowboys herding cattle up through the drives for profit, and I love all that stuff. I find it. I'm sure it was not very romantic if you were just eating dust for weeks on end for very little pay, but in hindsight, it's pretty romantic.
I think it's amazing to have a dream and go and walk the path of it, and take the road wherever it takes you. It's sort of in our American spirit.
It is, yeah, and just humanity in general. I got this doesn't have anything to do with that song, but I got real interested in the navigators, like the original, specifically like the Pacific navigators, and the idea that you would spend a year trying to finance the building of a ship, and then another year finding a crew and supplies and all the financing for that. All of this, and you have a family, you have a job, and you're going to just go on this adventure out into the ocean to find who knows what, probably the bottom of the ocean. I mean, more than likely, that's what you're going to find. And they would just take off and do it, looking for something.
Wow.
It's amazing. I mean, I don't even like going to a grocery store I haven't been to. I can't imagine the sense of daring and adventure it would take to do that. I'm not sure I have it.
Well, I think you do.
Well, I like to write about it.
Now, let's talk about writing. So this album, which we haven't even mentioned the name yet, Nature of Necessity, how much of this did you write by yourself?
Oh, all of it.
That's cool.
Yeah, my job is a songwriter. I mean, I write songs every day. A lot of that is with other people, usually one other person. I've done it with as many as 3 other people, and this starts to get into cat herding territory at some point. But that's what I do most days of the week. So, and that's a different job to me than writing the kinds of songs that are on this album. I would not want to subject another songwriter to the process of writing these kinds of songs. It's very long, and it's like writing a research paper, most of it. It's not very exciting.
When do you know when it's done?
I mean, I hear people say, like, painters and writers saying that you never really finish, you just stop working on it. And I don't subscribe to that. I think you kind of know. To me, it's like building a table. And it's like once it looks like you can set something on top of it, it's good. You should leave it alone.
So you co-wrote one of my all-time favorite songs with Waylon Payne.
Oh, yeah.
All the Trouble.
Yeah. Oh.
What a song.
Oh, thank you.
Such a great tune.
Yeah, with Leanne also, yeah.
And Waylon's such a trip.
Oh, man, what a character.
And so creative.
Immensely talented. I mean, it just oozes out of him. I mean, he is such a talent. Yeah.
So when you write with other people, is it by appointment? Are you sitting down at 10 o'clock on Monday and hoping the muse visits you?
It used to be 10 o'clock, and now nobody writes before 11 o'clock, which, I mean, I have children. Like, I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, 11 o'clock, I'm ready to quit work. But they drag in, man, these young people. They're all hungover and, starving to death at 11 o'clock. But I don't know. The muse is a funny thing to think about, really. If you're waiting on it, man, you're, good luck.
There's something to be said for pushing, just sit down, you got the paper in front of you, create.
Yeah, and usually I think the muse is like jealous. Like if you start working and there's something going on, I feel like the muse is peeking in the window going, hey, man, what are you guys doing? I want in on that. That's the way I feel about it. You get cracking. It's like you just get in the kitchen and start doing stuff, and someone will show up and start cracking some eggs too.
It's good advice for life.
Yeah. Get on with it.
Yeah. Do it.
That's right.
Some of the people that have covered your songs you want to talk about?
Oh, gosh. Well, Leanne's recorded quite a few of them, thankfully. Only like one of the greatest singers in the world.
So amazing.
Alan Jackson's recorded a lot of my songs. Lonesome River Band in the Bluegrass World and Balsam Range. Garth Brooks cut a song one time. Gosh, I mean, Buddy Miller and Patty Loveless did a song of mine on a Solomon Burke record. Man, I'm fortunate that I've had too many cuts to remember who all has cut my songs. It's been a lot. There's a page, like an Apple Music playlist that is all songs that I've written that were recorded by other people, and I think it's like almost 3 hours long or something. It's a lot of stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's very cool. I don't take it for granted that anybody ever says, "Hey, I'd like to record this song you wrote." It's always very special, and I need more of them. But I love all the ones that have been cut.
There's a whole bunch of folks sing your praise, including Robert Earl Keen.
Oh yeah, man, Robert's been very good to me. I've opened a lot of shows for him, and man, talk about songwriters. I mean, he's a master songwriter. He really is. And you forget, I texted him this not that long ago. His really big songs have just become such a part of the noise of songwriting, like The Road Goes On Forever. It's like hearing Stevie Ray Vaughan play guitar. It almost doesn't sound like music. You've heard it so much. But if you can back away from it and hear it again for the first time, you can experience how brilliant it is. I think Robert's songs are like that. Like, they're so well known, you forget how well crafted and also how creative they are.
Yeah, we had him do a Wired In for us about a year ago.
Yeah.
And he just spun tales. And
man, he's a wonderful guy to sit and listen to. He's got a lot of great stories, and he has an interesting brain. It's no wonder that those songs came out of that guy.
Well, I think songwriters are walking a different path than
unfortunately,
earthlings.
I think we probably are stuck in the clouds or under the dirt. I don't know, somewhere.
So do you have plans for the album release? Any dates coming afterwards?
There's already some dates showing up for next year, and we're going to do a show in town. I think it probably will be September, but I don't know if we've decided on what day yet. But yes,
good.
There will be performances.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll be out there so you can throw tomatoes.
Gotta have some chicken wire for that.
Hold up signs in the back of the room that say, "Your record's too long. There are too many words we don't understand." There's some Greek and Latin in some of the songs.
Really?
And somebody said, somebody that works with me a lot, they said, "Well, you have a really big vocabulary." And I said, "No, I don't. I really I learned what those things were as I was in that song, like learning about it. But once it's gone, it's like I wrote a paper on, ancient Greek. And then once I turned the paper in, I don't remember any of that. I don't know what those words mean anymore." I remember how to play the song some nights.
Do you have trouble with lyrics? Because there's a lot of them.
Awful time with lyrics. Awful. I find it I have all these papers spread out when I play usually. They're just all over the place. A friend of mine calls it the Denny's menu, like when I go play and have everything spread out. And if I have it, I don't need it. Like, I usually don't look at it. And if I don't have it, I need it. It's one of those things. But a friend of mine, was doing a record. I think I mentioned this earlier. I think it was Mac Wiseman that said this, but it could have been another writer. Said, "If you remember all the words to your songs, you don't write enough songs." And so I take solace in that, because there are times I do not remember the words to my songs.
I love that you write so much, and having an 18-song album is a blessing from you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It was. It'll be a blessing for me that it's now out in the world, and I can think about some other songs too.
That is. It's always difficult because you're you're in the process, you got it done, then it gets mastered, and by the time
Oh,
it comes
man.
out, you're probably off to another race.
Oh man, I'm thinking about the record after this one. Like
Wow.
that's kind of where my head is creatively. But there's a weird sort of life cycle to your energy about it, I think. Initially, when you made it, it's like warm cookies. And you're like, yes, you got to get this now. And they're like, well, no, I mean, in about 9 months, we'll probably put this out. And you're like, well, it's going to be cold. And then
And the milk will be warm.
yeah, that's right. And so you got to walk around in this house smelling like cookies and then this record took even longer. I mean, we cut this like several years ago, really.
Wow.
And so we're just popping the cookies back in the microwave so for a while I was like, oh man, these songs. And now I'm kind of in love with them again because I haven't listened to them in a while. And I'm kind of remembering how fun it was to write some of these. So I'm excited about it again, which, the team of people in charge of putting this out probably appreciate.
Truly. Nature of Necessity. Adam Wright, our guest for Words and Music. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hey, thank you for having me. I love listening to Words and Music and WMOT. It's like I love, getting to hear great songwriters and artists on the radio in my car, but also I get to hear my friends sing on the radio, and occasionally I get to hear myself and the songs I've written or a guitar I played on somebody's record. So it's a very cool thing. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. Adam Wright, Words and Music today comes to you with support from the Bodecker Foundation and its founder, George Bodecker.